Alright, abusiyama memfa enasia sononko every Mega TV. Asoye emfambra obibie nyankopon hira papa. Na ensem bi ekoso ayewese yeka ho asem. Ni na eye Ghana bebia oman adru sebi. It is not about religion. It is not about tribalism. Namum eye enkambom eye unity ene ema oman bia koninim. Enti so hwe oman omwe develop na aim enye tribalism. Aim sebi enye favoritism any religion. Namum eye unity, how to come into consensus. Ene beden ebema etimi develop. For example, America, UK, Japan, France, Canada. It is not based on region or tribal. Namum, how unity they are, how united they are, and emomo ekomoni. Now, we say, Christian Council, no more can we, Bawumia ye say, ye man yen to abama say, chief imam aswa no more can sembi. In fact, and even though say it's about religion Bawumia only even 30%, because about 70% of this country are Christians. But it doesn't matter. Yes, ane efa hono. Yes, ane tie. Intisa religion, tribalism ni sa ne maniema no. It must be stopped. And komoditi bi akosobra na chief imam eni sebi ye na bedwafo ehia na omo eye omo niema kakra na niema bi ekoso honom Bawumia kupiem. In fact, this is uninvited and Bawumia okupie go honom na no mo hwe ni muminim se na John de mani mahama so peso okwo bi osesenyo. But anyway, mempese mema mekasa yetenti yenko tie nseno emu enchiremu bra Mugabe Mercy one ne pandit omo etimi tina konwa kese no so inside politics na omo dwedwe ensenim sede esiko ye nyina information no ewo hanom ekurame na yenko na mega memfa ensombo papa bibia entimi enkoso wano yakoba dwumadi ne pompon so kese paaro ewo honom ye de beto aso ne bibia etimi akoso nyankopon enhira papa yenkotie enkomadidie ne hawa esikoe emfa embra.
Then you was wow in the AC Wahonum. Fantastic. Maminchia was chef war and the national chief imam imams nina good and the him for and the NDC fraternity flag bearer and the OBBR. Fantastic. Makasa Koye just that Obianhu their course of Wahonum in terms of rented crowd Bawumia and then call for courses MPP support the some best chair or Molidina say against the rules chief imam asset yama amaye Molidina say I mean say chief imam what's here or my your friend the two sides in by for that meeting say on pair political colors be what I mean Molidina say chief imam kai also on pair any political colors. One moderated program na announcement no was say colors no. Of course, me say all can what and say those with the political party colors should stop it. I mean, this is not the first time. He said it. Me say all can that some of these things are not tolerated. At least we agreed at the committee level. Say yempese omode your friends and beba party colors beba. But then you could see for yourself on the screen. Say these are omwa yakoko shia omo. Say omo boba omo won say metro mass bus na edna ho omo tam MPP supporters say omo de omo ba Molidina say so that they can come and cheer. Of course. And we I'm say your friend Mustafa Anyasu vote to him Nasara coordinator. I stand to be corrected. Anyasu vote to him Nasara coordinator. No, then that's the pass for you. Until bet match and then know I mean the voice for yourself. So that at least our viewers can see exactly what I'm talking about. Say they had to pass. Mama sound what I would. Found your power. You said you so. Bawumia free one. The first thing that you free. Papa, a man of. He sure said when you maybe she's a bag.
party colors, Shabaki, Bawumia pure one. Mummy say yes, more. Much of them tell us 1 second, Bawumia and fashion. That's the people support.
Umbrella. Yeah. Well, this is serious.
This is very serious, Mugai. I'm saying, what about
no, Molly, my baba more than 3-4 times.
Of course.
Mene Sariki Yakone,
sure.
Sariki Awala, Mone, Penufua, anywhere yourself.
Sure.
I think say last one me buy and Bawumia Chiamia. Say Malam John.
That same year, no, almost the same thing.
The same thing.
You can't say committee no release statement to speak acts of the NPP disrespecting the national team. I mean, they don't have a leader. NPP doesn't have a leader.
The house inside too.
Of course. Some of you say President Mahama Baba Ho. And President Mahama's support is a natural Zongo support. President Mahama, we don't bash people to the most. There
Chief Imam on Muslim.
You don't bash your people to Asori. You go to conventions, you go to 31st night, you don't bash your people. But why is it that National Chief Imam, I will say we are Kremoni, National Chief Imam, the program, or say I don't need politics there. Now one kasa what disobey the National Chief Imam, Masika, all of them were giving money, and somebody amongst them, like were falling off with them, and I record this idea with my head. Somebody amongst them, Omodi Basi Nima, Mamobi, Medina, Shukura, Dakuma, all of them. Someone passes so that they can praise Bawumia or because someone will say Bawumia or ne President Mahama Koshia Kanda Mox 2 weeks ago. President Mahama Eflon Bium. Adua Binchain. I mean, he saw the crowd, he saw the people, natural crowd following President Mahama. These are some of the people we are telling you. The National Chief Imam's office, this is the clear example of somebody who disrespects the Chief Imam, who disrespects the Muslim community, and this is somebody who says that he's putting himself as a Muslim to come and promote Muslim this thing. The kind of person who is doesn't respect his father, his grandfather, or anybody who concerns the Muslim community. That is why he has decided to do this thing against the wish of the Muslim community. And so such a person, no, how do you expect us Muslims to be able to respect you? And I say, and Kremophobia and Diwechi. But the Bawumia is so desperate to the sense that, I mean, you saw the fetish priest in China about 2-3 weeks ago about thing. You saw it. Anything that Bawumia needs to do to get to this presidency, obey. I don't want to go to the stream, but then this is some of the things. Am I abandoned there? What is he talking about? And then be sorry, I make us ask him you know. I saw the fake news about thing concerning say Duncan Williams. We statement be say the Muslims will not be, how do you call it? I share that particular post so that I can make the informed way. I'm say Duncan Williams says that Muslims can never be cannot lead this country or so, but I have it here. And so let me quote to you. He says about about some months ago, my dad was in conference call with some pastors, and their discussion was about Ghana being Christian country, and that they cannot allow a Muslim to be the president, so they need to do something about it. I mean, everybody knows where Duncan Williams.
This is
fake news. In fact, the yen.com attribute sorry to him. The yen.com, they've come out to say that it is not true. They've issued a disclaimer.
So they just
because
want to destroy
Duncan Williams. And you see, let me just quote something.
Now we are Japadian. I say how our Duncan Williams plans or more.
Me say Japadian any. And na be the buy no. Japadian no die. Or say this. I mean, not to read the whole thing. Religion and chieftaincy, page 23. Or say this notwithstanding, it is important to identify and profile some church leaders within the country as they seem to perpetrate an agenda against our political tradition. They must be properly contained and muted. Critically, Duncan Williams. This is Japadia. And so, we share the kind of people we are dealing with. Almost President Mahama engaging the Christian community. The first thing about Muhu, and the most important is Reverend also be so what do we need to do? Let's put out something to be able to get the Muslim community's mind to say Christians for take a stand. The Muslim community must also take a stand. Let me tell you, Duncan Williams or make that statement, and I want you to read that statement to the hearing of the people, because we need to set this record straight, not to bring religious conflict between Christians and Muslims. The Bawumia camp, no, Omar is so desperate to the extent that they want to bring religious war. These are the nation records. And some of us as Muslims will not sit down for such things to happen. And this is President Mahama Ankasa.
Ghana's Archbishop Duncan Williams says, let's learn from Muslims.
Fantastic. The story is there. Or say, in fact, in one of his preachings, say some of the people asking that, you're born pie, young Christians for your born pie, but yes, sometimes our grace delays and so on and so forth. But he says, he told them that go and check the Muslims. They pray 5 times a day.
I was talking to one of my bishops.
Yes.
And he said, Papa, I'm tired of praying. All this pray. Then I said, son, stop acting like a kid. Wake up and grow up. If you think I'm going to sympathize with you, I'm not. Look at the Muslims.
Yes.
They pray 5 times a day.
Yes. And they pray 5 times a day. Or culture will say, the Christian, his son, that look at what even the Muslims are using us as reference. Yes, it means he reveres our. Yes. He said, "Omo 5 times. Who are bompai Sundays in Kwano? Ose wabre." But learn from Muslims. That's Duncan Williams speaking. And so, how do you fake news for no? On say Flagstaff House. Oma chene out on office. Yes. Into which President Mahama Ankasa recently or say. Akufo-Addo's office, Flagstaff office, or Flagstaff House is headquarters of misinformation. This President Mahama.
Yes. Ghana Web.
Because Omar Trantroy Gun so many leading members of what the clergy. But then the main person can say, Omar rounds promotes our religious bigotry within the NPP, they must stop it. Only recently, Saturday, where your program be representatives for Fana, any Arafat, all they are saying is that Al Muslim, Ahul Muslim. They say Kremoni, Udunkuni Kremoni. That is their mantra. They go to mosques Al Muslim, Ahul Muslim. All over, they are preaching the religious bigotry. And you and I know, say, and there you can 70% of our populations are Christians.
Fantastic.
19.9% of Muslims. Says Sebi. Say you call it even that religious way now. Muslims can never become president in this country. And that is why we don't want that. But it was the NDC and then Dr. Bawumia Papa to be the first Muslim Council of State in Ghana. Mahmoud Bawumia, yes, NDC, Rollins Nemano. A Christian president, and Dr. Bawumia Papa, the chairman of the Council of State, the first Muslim. In fact, the NDC was the first political party to even give Muslims the national chairman, the co-chairman, Isifu Ali, the late, and Munifji. Until here, as NDC, we've always revered, loved, and cared for the Muslim community. Nobody should come and bring a war between our religious leaders, the pastors, against the Muslim, the imams.
And do Pentecost or say Jesus Christ is our savior. Now I saw a yes shrine. That's what
I'm saying. Or no, why I don't say your double track our free senior high school. Bawumia a religious double track.
Okay.
There's no okwa and opa Muslim. We are now a Christian and a Joe now a fetish priest. That is his mantra. That is the way of doing things. On this station, in say there is nobody or nowhere in the Quran or nowhere in the Bible, nowhere stating there. You are supposed to vote for a person because he's a religious person, and that's how Debbie, let's remove that religious entry. One global info analytics. Or say then these are the various Muslim sects: Sunnah, Shia, Tijaniya, Ahmadiyya, and others. Or say John Mahama between July to October, John Mahama performed 4.1% increment. Amongst the Sunnah, increase Shia 7.1%, Tijaniya 17.6%. Ahmadiyya network formed by 9.2%. Bawumia negative 5.0, negative 7.5, negative 16.9. Ahmadiyya Nkwana Kakra. Amongst the Muslim community, this is a survey that was done between July and October. President Mahama is still leading with it. Just this a few months ago. In the Togo communities. Because they know what the NDC has done for them. They haven't forgotten the policies. Between Yene Owa Pemone Muslimini, maybe sir, policies now will say Koyon Wejuma. Chief Imam the man, and so nobody should come and be bringing out fake news against our pastors. The National Chief Imam in his 100 years anniversary, Echo has already said he wants to bring that harmony between Christians and Muslims. We do not want any religious war by Bawumia's office. We do not want channel of fake news by Bawumia's office to bring religious war against the pastors and imams. We've lived in harmony. Your friend is saying Dr. Williams has preached for more than 40 years, and you won't hear anything of such, whether from him or any other pastor, against the Muslims.
Very well.
Those who are causing confusion are the Muslims within Bawumia's office, and they must stop it.
But I say, Honorable Mustafa, for
what kind of how I see it, and he say, you found two in him. Say, I saw for what Ghana has said, in some way buying a brand here highly respected some George and some churches be individuals be MPs be and in some be called parliament na parliament is share mrase Ghana yen jit trumu and this anyo manyama nundi be man kisi oba nkisi oba bomani or abuanda be mani double timida be mani nkwasi asem nko sa anyo manyama we nyina no e ba ye no omo hihye mra no parliament and a speaker de mra no come president ni say on sign it Nana Akufo-Addo
before say most of man letter no kura enduru ho
o ma letter no kura enduru ho na nipa odi kan chiro letter de come o man panyini speaker of parliament say mama onfa mra no o ma hihye o parliament ne ma Nana Akufo-Addo o man sign no sebi and ya ti say so yare wa brochi o da hospital sebi nyankopon sane yebo yare man
that is say wonya stroke
o chiro letter no chiro fa sa de we no nyame ebufuhyew Sodom and Gomorrah nyame ngi tumutumu engi ntum enti se ya pass mra de abase ye mpene ma obia bema enfa bema wa Ghana na se wo chiro letter office of the president e koma speaker se mama mfa sa nkrata ne mfa ma eno ne ma branche bia ode no mia ba beto no so Richard Sky e se ode akokot na eno na sofo na chiro letter se o kina mo ye demonstration trumu demonstration wo bu chiri trumu and to be a uchiri tumutumu on pesa beba Ghana heaviano. Yes, Rawara, or China for any chile circle 7 o'clock and opa a software sorry buses and the mukrum when you are software bus be a 2 trim neanco circle. Neanco demonstration where a software natural almost say woman peninsula send Nana Akufo-Addo etina ho na on pesa or best sign sa document no ma yede emra ato so say yam pene mo bia ye trumu na o man panyin pese o sign no hadwene into o mo ye demonstrations that demonstration we dey ehia pa me nuanom ehia say ofi say yam pese sa de no beba Ghana de a ye nyina yemfa ye funjim na demonstration o chena enye fe
na che se trumu na trumu kolom na pomoko ye o mo se ma chira nkola na
eno na am say 2017-2018 na po ye press conference o Ghana ka kire Ghana fo nyina say or by introduce sexuality education. Sexuality education. Me, as a city, I'm an educationist. In my car, I have new syllabus no by any bureau. As sexuality no a woman. Say I'm not your demonstration and quintia and kayenne yan kwala no chire said ye bema kisi bema na oba kisi oba ayajitum
yentiwe napo.
It has become a very important matter, particularly for the youth in our societies. Indeed, the changing societal context, characterized by the free flow of information, media pluralism, and the social media, has necessitated the need for education systems to provide accurate information of sexuality education. We in Ghana have a guideline that I've shared with you that we see it is imperative if this nation should develop that sexuality education should be part of the curricula that we would launch this year in September, all the way from kindergarten to senior high school.
And the most the curriculum, as a same Kola was poor, then show who said you. You are going to be here, but you see, I want to tell him, I don't put the black one. And the book for suffer. Any imam for and omuko block so and omuche kola teacher for kola said your bema kisi bema said your ba
ntu ye wona na se ye no
Ogabi eya ye kase yes ye kase sabi we jimia obeko school say sen education does not education and who nipa ni jimmy we jimmy Into the General Secretary of our NDC and the former Chairman of our NDC now, General, I said, look at here. Say, Suku Wohui, and one a typical example in the political field is Napo. Now, Obia Zumu said that because of his reckless nature, once he becomes the running mate in Quebec, Kasa in moderation, Nanka will discipline Hunkaka, Bun Hunkaka. Video Udi Cambo, Yeno Napo. Or press conference, Dr. Ghana for any or education minister. Dr. Ghana for any name was say. And yet the sexuality education and it is coming to be part of education in Ghana from KG or non a kind. The Napo train in say the Baba Tre and Kuala say Nipa, you have the right. So sorry no panas or person double da, which mean double da. Napo. So person near ponche out to me chia ponche near ponche da. Or no one can yes its sexuality is becoming part of the mainstream education. Oh yeah, press conference one
going to be part of the discussion.
Yeah, share on my about 4 months time. No, I print it curriculum the aba. Curriculum no me buy no. Na ye who say sexuality wom. A woman chira akwala ne say. Wunyini akwala no we bema. Opa obetima ye won say you ba. You can admit say you are a female when you are a man. Or bema we bema. So betima ka say the person ye be oba. No start say wo dress oba. Or the sanyo manya we nyina hihye ebukunum. E na wofuo enanom asofo enyansafo wa Ghana ha esori gina ye say ye mpene e me ye nkyere ye ma trumu. Eda ya be announce ba Napo as a running mate. Eba social media nyina say NPP for be say wo mpene me ye running mate because sabi too. Oyobi a sabi jimi kakra batana kuma ho. Ne ye ne nsem keka e reckless in nature. Or a disrespectful, untrained and uncultured individual. Napo obi a sabi in the political sphere. O obi open kwasi asem kan Napo ka ho. Na nipa sei na ya fa running mate nti MPP for issue press statement. The condemn say but the albatross surrounding Napo's neck and your man a bebar Napo no, he will be a disaster as a running mate.
All right, so we in Seba Mugabe mercy any pandits or more etimia transi abibim. Na yentu fani yanko Gabi asare ochire dako. Any ninuya asanti bedia tuonom kinufurata. Well, sa ofura aye amokane saying ofuru panyi the first ninkrof wono. Awumude timiti na zikaze o ye na Ghana ni ye dia ye papa hu nyansa e no educate all his sons and daughters. Yes, sega bi na ye okasa ansa bi nsemfo no. Yewo odubu hanoma I expose Gabi asarochi dako. Enima bi a oye no sumase. And medical kasa kwa we he is a candidate for jail. Mahama bana sisanko for one show masimwa Mahama ibiju hu ya wukuruma and also bejo humena. I'm telling you. Se obana wan hwehwe kinufurata Gabi asanti bedie tu onu ye bompa ise na humbeton. What you say? Sanko for they must be prosecuted. They must face the law. What you say? I was so nembran ekoshi because omu sebi omu enye omu sun sembrano embrano sun sensiomo because we are all supremacy the law the supremacy. What you say? Supremacy of the law and I say we are all nobody is above the law. The law is not respecter of anyone. Until do when they do. So all these people must be prosecuted if they desire. And I say not desire if it is accurate and I say information not alleged they must be prosecuted. I will say if you show me they jail you because omo Ghana sika omo se Ghana ajapade. Galam say ni nyama yekoso. Yenkoti sa nkomo so se di isi koide. Koba de akabiano mega the beto so e platform eso.
Complaining say omo call site we ko bompaye en ko so for men kind din and then me who on social media or say ajima say they can train 6 million foreigners in the omo pa omo sak na military nya na omo nkofa ni jefo me go train omo amai omo pa omo sake police nya na omo nkofa ni jefo bego
Enya better. Opposition in the Omoko Ghana ni bi amfanse trim. The aka say Adani Druwa will stand up to the task. We will stand up to the task. Medikia ka kyeremo star amunyusu. Police ni nkonko kum obi. Na nya afa na yekohwe police ni kro no maka kyerɛ o sɛ yenhunu nipa kro wa bra video tachima video nie enipa no a wotutuo ni nie ni aka kyerɛ sɛ yenhunu. Okay. Indi si ekum nipa no ewo eye secretary central na aka sɛ NPP chairman na wo na yire ne ma omo de omo ntrase da bi na sɛ eye widespreader one na be say yes amanfo ani abre next time ye koto aba on kan kire police ni anaso je ni so on tutu onkum obi da say ye widespreader na be say yes say bia Samira de na busua 40 ni je no problem but Bawumia wa busua Akufo-Addo wa busua obia nkum obi bio ema obia nkwahwehwe nipa no okunu no da bi ye nkoto no 11 ye to no 11 ya bobo ye si asomasi na awi ni a we move enyo obia problem but me te say so for obi kan sembi I say kwame so for no omo kokko empire omo say Nkrofo didi omo atem no omo call site what they went there to see you know ena ema oh me galamse asem no mejaika yeah mejaika because yenim nipa kro yenim Nkrofo kro mo yesa. When you go to the site to pray say oko bompaye akire urade meanwhile unim nipa kra odi bone no obianim ba kwame Ghana nya atwumna no ose o ano ose. It's really, really terrible. Extremely. That you have politicians on tape mentioning those who are doing that. Na yetwem material evidence nini. Na yes, material evidence no. Then we are all complaining. Ah, hey, Charlie. This is the material evidence. Oh, yeah, okay. Modern Monfasha Bobby and Sasa Bobby. Provide the tapes no near the ade ya ba Freeport wanting document no go and pick the document. Freeport wanting say Chebi NPP youth organizer one na Eastern region nyina galamse kimpin. Do you need why what do you need? What idea? What? Akufo-Addo say, let me just listen to this guy. Then I'm done. And then you might be brave. So let me just listen to it.
You're trying to stifle dissent.
I'm not responsible for jailing people in Ghana.
The courts in Ghana are independent institutions, and they have been all through this period of the Fourth Republic. People misconduct themselves and they're brought before court.
You're trying to stifle dissent.
I'm not responsible for jailing people in Ghana. The courts in Ghana are independent institutions, and they have been all through this period of the Fourth Republic. People misconduct themselves and they're brought before court. It's for the court to deal with them. That's not a matter.
It has nothing to do about politics.
It has nothing to do with the executive.
We trade with excellence.
Is what lands them in problem with the police and with the courts. It's not the protests. How can the president, who himself, his political career was aided by leading protests, have problems with protests? I don't have problems with protests, and nothing is done in Ghana to prevent people from airing their views on anything.
One piece of good news for your vice president who's running is the agreement with your creditors. Ghana was in a very, very difficult situation. Right. 2 years ago, it defaulted on its debt repayments. Now there's just
It didn't default. It's suspended them.
It's suspended them.
It didn't default.
Right.
It's an important distinction.
Right. But you had some good news because there's an agreement with now nearly all your creditors.
Right.
How much of a sign is it for Ghana? Is it just you're trying to stifle dissent?
I'm not responsible for jailing people in Ghana. The courts in Ghana are independent institutions, and they have been all through this period of the Fourth Republic. People misconduct themselves and they're brought before court. It's for the court to deal with them. That's not a matter.
It has nothing to do about politics.
It has nothing to do with the executive and their behavior is what.
I think I should just ignore him. Yeah, I think I should just ignore him because Nyansa ebini so okasana di echira odi echire kwa onka Nyansa sembia, so let me just ignore him. Obi saw on na pose no, I've decided not to talk about their issue because odi echira obia Ayadani Ghana for two in clearing agent. Unim say courts. Any investigation institutions wo. Ayadani na o clear. Eye enkrofo a yachi wo mo. Red-handed yachi wo mo. Ayadani na o clear mo a e ma Ghana for airflow clearing agent. But you see only foreigners go kwa interview. Onye no ha no obi abusa no.
There be. Onye. Now this is the first president after President Kufuor make NPP for.
Yes.
When we say 5 years ni only President Kasai. The last time was 2019.
Are you sure?
The last time was 2019.
Hey, oh, you imagine us in so?
2019 or Jubilee House. The last time.
Oh, yeah, sure.
The last time. From 2019 on a Ghana press encounter me no ebisi biom. And when there is such important issues no on a foreign press no kokoka ho asem anti Ghana for the ombuya mfa nya hwe na he doesn't feel responsible to us in any way. No afraid Ghana media for so mumbra na ye ndinkita ho onye 2007 18 19 asa in the 8 years no why 3.
I see. Those what you might be super
Kufuor there. Baby me hwe me kokro mutia eno ane me regret.
Say I didn't say
papa ambo man ya bo man form leader onju obi aho onju nhwe ho ene me hwe ya coat of arm.
Yeah,
Ghana coat of arm.
Yeah.
We say eagles me no one a golden eagles.
Yeah.
Akofena I will me a golden one. Freedom of and justice inscribed on gold. Lion now them na indicate a connection to the Commonwealth and so a golden lion. A golden lion. Nti na abrofo ne frɛ ha Gold Coast no na nya kwa. Sebi abrofo kra with all the greed in them anya dia President Kufuor aye. Manye. Esen twa forest to ho. Say we dey baby on a strategic. Ti enjan to ho na balance Ghana ecosystem no. Na yem from emu ate. Ti forest say bo ho di 120 years. Ebi wo ho di 90 years. Ghana ka say independent 67 years. Obroni no I had na asase o. Etwa to ho enso Ghana ni aba ama ho kwan say yense no owi a no akopa brutre baby no ni media person akodi nkomo because ono onim issues no but the mama yarehemu ne Ghana mebu no a na no yawa da fiada ene memne da mo bai be ye yichire ni titru memne da no.
Tell us Saturday what happened.
Saturday dear mankasa na mini ho.
Okay.
Because after Thursday me ko voter region. Okay. Akoye program binti. But now me follow with the leadership. Now to me say our efforts will not be in vain. Any in vain because me brune buy pa. Yeah. Mo buy. We said Thursday ni Friday na Juma 17 no. Yeah. Bebre na ntimi amba. But Saturday dear. Omo buy pa in their numbers. Na there ye the crown vigil no. Yeah, I will Legon. Almost stay on.
I think you have it. Legon the Anana.
Mukodu a independent stadium honomono.
And I just want to be able to Legon.
I had said after match no na omoba no mbe. Okay. Yeah, vigil till about midnight honom. No na there.
And then Legon campus on.
There be say chassis feel Legon.
Okay.
E could do your friend is saying destination na.
Destination okay.
Aha na adeba kwa sisi ade mintimi ka se me wanwa say president osuru say ni citizens ebe fa ni office anim ene so mo bo office wo omo twem
we so ma mfa ho
there be omo dane ko fa ka okudi Tidu Association International School anamo afemu sa Patrice Lumumba Road sa ko fa ka
samu ye de gunasum
na odi akopi or rage honom no
when you say meanwhile in 2015 Occupy Ghana.
Yes.
Keno Friata ne lead you omomachi through 37
Jubilee House or a hawker na nanko for 20 fee. Yeah. Na pizza.
Di pizza
wa kaso. In fact, loans ne so. Na
ba meno na me ya. Enema ya me ya ye the way nobi mo hu Akufo-Addo ntem. And the way John Mahama so no any NDC for whatever reason eso saw almost so
I think say main case almost so by the commitment to democracy. So
no, but me ya wo John Mahama jame. And the John Mahama any NDC for ora to be kwa chinom ni ato awa no money say dey Akufo-Addo sit me Omunyina ya wo mu jame esu bedu akra eni wan ye na mehu se de Akufo-Addo sitie se akwa we unini dilia enne nka asem boko
patapa ya sefe
hwe ba bia kenofurata sa no mabusu afo no tie o jimi ono omo jimi ntino se ono mu dilia e woni trim se oye superior
yeah
and the time bia no mamekwan mame ni di watembar wo ntimi ni di matem
na sanu na ma politician na akomwashi
2014 omo cousin baako ni ane no ekotena ayi your friend say Duncans osu Duncans achire wo sa boy ya oye NPP Syria College on friend say
Syria College
ay Nana Bonsu ya busa no omo fa so ba ko ya ma me di to ahwini tirim say so wow so be dey you so be dey na me be hwatare wa chi akekawo what
na no na me komeni na mo online me kohwe interview bi a prime minister Gabia Sachuda Kwaye, I think with City TV at the time. I know Tre and Anasio Friata the first. Senior Owunyansa. Or educate ne ma. Nini nana nom. I nuntinom one and refi say Obeka say no town slaves. That says Sikana or the shame. No Gabi no a refi so Obeka say my cultural exams are failing. Emma na me rasta man ye we are there London ye bo me buy ye no anka sanko obo kan ye no a no obi am say no rasta man and a shoplifting ye dey buy and go kan anka go man for be they hide the dark parts yeah then they talk about but ye nim say me go school Abakwa State College the one me go secondary school now no me say your chehini ebuakwa achime ebuakwa hine na moetia ofo ipe ni abru galamsi so say debi ense ni abru ka sembi say sub chiefs na nhwe emusuafo na nhwe na say omo nhwe nja galamsi na ne ono be jinsase no so aje atu mo nya ya me de mo bajim ono adwuma o ye no so no be jinsase adwuma o ye no na scope na one ase no enso nti opebi aka ho oje atu na asante hene atu ahemfo no waje nsase David ono oje atu se mo anya ode no bagim waya wi se sa akwa no una watimi asi barrier ewo bunso na ada ebeto aba awie wo Ghana sa nkrofo no mo ntra sa bunso ni biu bunsu kwan na o fa hoko there be a timber a tax force for no awomate no o chiman a tax force no awate no o chiman tax force winim there be oh no be 7 years ni omote o chiman tax force also we do a Linda Doa Sir Johnson no o left bo say kiosk green bisi wo no cre o chiman tax force o mtiti timbers. Then they take the money to him. Normally, it's kind of almost chichitim best. I do almost scar. Normally, they call. I'm what you for a penny fee. Oh, no, they are called Motia. Now, they bet 12 baby, and I didn't say Kim. Yeah, but is also no. Sergeant, no, so never you almost say, mistake there, I se ka omo boys no one kura was Sir Johnson no so a almost 3 wow yes a state within state say my tax force me gigi e timber for sika ba me kra me wan say me wan invisible forces Delta force say it's consistent yes me around 2014 2015 say there are certain internal say sadie ya the problem beba yo I did the problem baba na say say patapa ehunti no ya nye omo but no be you say and then mama the 21 of the 54 no so we nkomodidi a akoso mo fancheme ayese mistudio ha yusum kakra mo fancheme yes mo fancheme anyway nti we yen sama atimi akoso nti me de bia meka yewra Dr Bawumia opa onwe boto onwe oye nchine boto ma this man can never win this election. I'm saying it and saying it again. This man can never and ever win this election because he has been rejected by God. He has been rejected by his own Allah. And then Udi Bawumia jina hono ma who say or a Christian or a Muslim or a traditionalist. And as a human being no, you should worship one religion and as you should belong to one religion. You can't tell me say oh yeah Christian and adechen yibi hu na ujina bosomfie me ko ma sorry Roman Catholic Church na sa adechen me fa de hu se mi jina bosomfie a
den frame me bisa me the reasons why na me di gina honom Pentecost yes I no mo che o betu asensen nti mama ye nka se de Bawumia ne na ma oye no normal because of presidency, because of two minutes no na Bawumia is desperate no ne nam kuroma all in the name of say ope president edi nti okwa abusumfie or ko Christian or ko Muslim na che say a lot of things are sebi any nyamesom enteli. Let's not forget say apart from say ope president edi no, you must belong to a one religion, and it was a way they belong to. Nipa baako fo ntimi nka se anapa mekɔ kremo anwura na makɔ sebi asɔre anadwo na makɔ abosomfie. No, it is never done anywhere. It is an nneɛma na Bawumia ye tumi na opa aye desperate sebi adidi na adwi mu no se enim ne de mana oba ɔman no ɔbɛyɛ ne se de opɛ because ɔbɛtena se aka se mabrɛ ho enti mu mamindi se de ne Akufo-Addo ye no okoka Akufo-Addo bɛka kyerɛ se 2008 ɛna ɔhyɛ ase presidency wapra besisa me 2016 ena wanya dia and dia munjana na undi ne breast of faso. This is what they will tell you. Enti madika ka cho se sanye mana ekoso Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia na nya bre adechia first ya na mama adesa fa crotch ni mama nwunudu a efa break ni mama ni sanse bifu na se bi okika ye kana akwa no me nhwe ni because ye di oman we hye ni sa in fact ye betine be bia boy nsa no ye benu ya ho se di ye ho temakulu owo ne ye mbre bi atwam no Dr. ye ho temakulu founding member the NPP so yes NPP o kan sembi de fa Akufo-Addo 2016 si ye hwe ye ni amfa kumwan amma Akufo-Addo anya sa ye de mana ye betine be bia boy nsa no aye den akase shit edi mistake na Ghana for ye. And this is exactly what we are doing now. Until I don't know is always at last. Senka iti Dr. Nyaho Temakula and Kayamfa Kuman Amma Akufo-Addo. And Kayamfa Kuman Amma Akufo-Addo. Because look at the damages this man has. What caused this country? We are an illegal mining. We are an Ghana economy. We are Ghana and everything in this country has destroyed. Totally has destroyed. But these people are moving helter-skelter. They are gallivanting, moving up and down, telling Ghanaians they still want to rule this country because of to me Bonnie and to me DNT. They don't think about the populace, but rather they think about themselves. These are the selfish leadership. These are the greedy leadership. These are the what? Greedy bastard, the wicked leadership. If you mean the America, enko Bawumia, and yes, Obakwasia na sebi dibia to baby ka. A word to a wise is enough. It's enough. Nyankopɔn nhyira ma memfa wo nsi. Mediana mega. Mesro so de beche me camera n'animu yesum kakra. Yes, me studio ha mo fa nche me. Yes. Afei so bomodina na fa o comment tum. Like dwumadie no share na foforo nya bi mesro so be subscribe to your platform no na what me I like am me abusia Mr. Wada this year momboa me na mintimi enya 10,000 subscribers na bibi ntimi enkoso. Yes, I know say preaching telling the truth is more or less like preaching the gospel. What you say? Eti Nyankopɔn asɛm ɛna de bia de bra mo mesrɛ mo momboa me na me so mintimi enkomanim kakra we de srɛ di Nyankopɔn hyira sɛ wa subscribe. Yes, Nyankopɔn nyɛ okese eti mesrɛ wonya nyɛ ya ye ne sisi a na fa mai ma me ke bafo New York, United States of America. Nyankopɔn hyira me ma me hwɛ me de bia ma me we bi UK. Nyankopɔn hyira me ma me ne obi bia hwɛ me TV bia no I salute you. Nyankopɔn nyɛ okese. Makrao, bye bye.